Okay, brand new phone, no timer on it, hallelujah. And I'm on fucking time. In fact, I was early by 15 minutes today. I was like, it's our last session for the year.
Oh, yeah.
I think, I'm pretty sure it's the last one. And I put a bra on and everything. And by the time I got to the fucking waiting room, I'm like, why did I do that? Like, I hate bras, right?
It's caught in your glasses.
Oh, they're always caught. So the last time I seen you, I probably had regular glasses that were nice, and I'm guessing like yours. These have 3 different lenses in them.
Oh, where do
and
you
the
look?
sides are all blurred out.
Do you feel
Like I'm
Like
dizzy
yeah.
constantly?
Oh.
Yes, but apparently it's a learning thing, you know? And I'm like, that's all well and good. Like I wore a bra, so I'm at least getting the right angle, okay? I mean, you know what I'm like, yeah? Much better. That's a pretty good angle to me.
You look really skinny.
I'm way too skinny.
What's going
I'm
on?
the weight that I was when they put me in hospital and decided to tell me I have anorexia.
Well, you don't have anorexia, but you
I
might also have
absolutely-
physical health complications.
Oh,
What's going on?
100% anorexia is a diagnosis that I don't even tell people. I don't even think I've told you in the years I've known you, because I just know it's not what is happening.
You eat regularly and consistently.
No, I haven't in the last month or so because of what's happening, yeah? So, recap, last time I saw you, I believe I said I'd seen Doc and I hadn't made it like urgent enough to get my foot checked out. I mentioned it and we'd sort of said we'll look at it later. By the time I got in the car to drive home, I was like, that was done. I really needed to do something, yeah? So you can see for yourself, right? In here, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So there's something that was like what looked like a dog first, like stuck in there, and it was so tiny, it was like months and months and months of working at it with like tweezers to try to get it out, right?
Yeah.
And I thought I accomplished that,
Sure.
yeah?
Yeah.
And instead of making me feel better, it went into this massive like red lump. It was so gross that I've been taking photos throughout this. Like I have an actual album called Toe Photos to show like how bad it's gotten. So when I got it out, right, the wound looked like it started to heal, but I started to feel worse, right? And then let me rephrase that. It got really bad and I couldn't get in to see the doc, right? And so
A different doc, maybe?
yeah, maybe, but I considered that, but it's just so confusing with everything.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you know how much she's a support. I'm out of pocket $25 every time I need to see and speak to her now. No one's saying that I went in last time and she's like, don't worry about the $25. Like I said to her, I paid tolls and everything to get here. Like I need this seen to. Because I've been sleeping through days, and I'm talking like going to bed on a Sunday and getting up on a Tuesday, and it's happening weekly.
Oh.
Right? I'm barely able to eat. The last 2 days are the first 2 days in as long as I can remember where I've actually woken up hungry and had to make myself eat before taking my meds to, do you know what, like I am past beyond.
Did you take it to her while it was all red and owy?
She saw it immediately. I had to get full blood test for everything.
Did you have sepsis?
It's been ultrasound on Monday, and even though technicians are not meant to tell us, as we know, Liv has a way with words, so obviously I managed to get the technician to not only show me, but turn the screen around and literally do all the diagnose, like in front of me. He was like, because I said to him, my appointment's made, I know for a fact it's in there, something's wrong. If you see it, you may as well tell me. I want to see it too, yeah? And it it's fact now, ultrasound, there is very much a foreign object in my foot under the skin that's not accessible from the naked eye. So it currently looks like there's back to where I started, however many months ago, that there's a new one in there. Again, I can't get to it. Like
your foot's not even puffy.
Oh, I'll show you the photo when I've finished recording. It was the most disgusting shit ever. Like,
Thank God you could still wear shoes. And
I barely left my house.
Yeah.
I had to buy a walking stick. Like,
oh my God.
I've been falling, collapsing, unable to get from my bedroom to my kitchen to make coffee without feeling like I'm going to fall down. That's less steps from here to the waiting room. Yeah? So first thing in the morning when I'm getting up, I'm using a walking stick just to get around my fucking house.
Oh my God.
Yeah?
Did he tell you what the foreign object is? Is it a bug? Is
Well,
it a
see,
what? Like, is it glass?
I
Like, what
would
is
put
it?
money on it that it's a dog fur, right?
But dog fur is like a hair, right?
How? That's my question, because obviously you can't tell with an ultrasound what the object is, but he was able to see the size of it, because you know how they have like they do all the diagrams, sends it all off to the doctor and whatnot. Like, he showed me on the screen like exactly where it was from multiple different angles.
And is it really skinny?
It's literally looks like I said, you can't tell what the fuck it is. I'd put money on it that it's a dog fur, but how the hell does a dog fur
get inside your foot?
Up inside of it?
Well,
like, it's fully needs to be cut out. Like, you can't see it. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe you had a cut on your foot or something, and then the hair got in it and it embedded inside, and then you brushed off thinking it was gone, whatever, and then anyway.
Technically made it worse, but I have the appointment on Friday to get it all sorted out, right?
How? Cut out?
I have no idea. The appointment's on Friday, and then we'll go from there.
Jeez.
Right? In the meantime, I'm doing my very last unit. I've fully paid off my degree. I have booked and paid.
Took me years to do that.
It's finished. I've paid my entire degree. It's an amazing feeling.
Well done.
I've also decided, ironically, I was like, I'm going to end this degree on the highest note I possibly can. And I know I've always mentioned Cassidy sort of like being my sort of like help me understand things better. But she's, well, not technically, like, she's finished her undergrad, and I was talking to her on video yesterday, and she's just been accepted into the, like, she's outstanding. She would have been smashing whams left, right, and centre.
What's a wham?
Weighted average marks, how my uni does it. Yeah, apparently it's only one of the ones that do it. Anyway, I don't know. I'm still sitting at core psych units around 73.5 wham. So once I realise how chaotic my friend's life truly is, because she literally just turned 22, and I really need to constantly keep reminding myself of that, yeah? I realised putting any kind of pressure on my friend to help me during her break was completely unwarranted and unfair as a friend. Don't get me wrong, I've still said I'll buy a box of your favourite booze if you'll at least be in the vicinity while I got to do these time of shit, yeah? And that's fine, she's told me that. But the thing I'm most proud of, right, is that in advance of this unit, I emailed the tutoring, yeah? And I have booked in and paid for 2 hourly weekly sessions every week for 11 weeks of the entire trimester. It is costing me $1,958 exactly in tutoring. The look on my therapist's face, honestly, if I had a single clue how to make videos and blur people's faces out, my therapist would be the best person ever. Just you would miss all the facial expressions. She is unbelievably amazing. Maybe when I'm like all legit, she might let me say who she like truly is. I talk about you and Doc obviously as amazing. Like, you're on my support network, yeah?
Thank you.
So now my chiropractor's been brought into that too, because I'm seeing him weekly. I drove for an hour to.
The amount of appointments you keep in your life is extraordinary.
Well, it's funny you say that, right? Because
tutoring, chiro, me, Doc, life,
regularity. Oh, and I'm getting tattooed tomorrow. So
tomorrow.
I don't know. Look, since I've seen you,
I thought that was new. I didn't want to say anything.
The butterflies, the butterflies are new. I don't think you've seen either of them.
No. The wording was there.
The wording was there for sure, but I always knew it needed something else, and I finally found an actual.
The color's nice.
Oh, this one's going to be like super pinky, tealy, right? Like, bring it out. But I've said, like, I want the words to pop. So I'm thinking there'll be like a white
Overlay.
like around to pop them out, because originally the tattooist was like, we could do it the way it is and it's the skin, and I was like, yeah, true, but I've realized it's just then blends into the arm, whereas the words are meant to pop out of the butterfly, so to speak. But yeah, I'll put it to you this way, I've got all the money sorted for my tattoo appointments.
So this is tomorrow, the pink.
No, no, he was booked out. It's meant to be, because I had to wait the 2 weeks. So I had 5 quotes I was getting tattooed on me. I'm down to 3 because I've realised the other 2 are other people's ones, and I make my own quotes up. It makes more sense to put my own shit on my arms.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So instead of having, say, Vic Azon and Martin Luther King Jr. with the quotes that I want, I've written one on my wall that's fucking amazing, and I've decided probably going to be another tattoo. And it's written, how do I put it? Everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to happen. And it's all exactly as it's happening. I'm a deterministic person. I think we've established that, yeah?
Yeah.
And that one I'm thinking, because tomorrow's ones, I'm getting only nearly 37 fucking years late, but just breathe is finally getting tattooed there. So then the most two important things I can remember is to love myself and fucking breathe. But instead of getting fucking breathe, I'm getting just breathe.
Okay.
Right? So it's all going to be matched, right? Now, the most important quote that I need, because it has to be a reminder, because I've recently realised I am a selfish person, I do all these things. So much of what I've realised my mother has said to me throughout my life is actually real. I've just looked at it from a completely different set of views. That's probably for a New Year's thing. In the short time since, I think I would have told you I got back in contact with my father, he gave me $3,000 to get the car. I wiped myself out in June, and I've since been able to, like I said, pay for everything, and I'm in the clip, yeah? Because I gifted a friend who's going through hell $250 last night. I transferred it into her account because she fucking needs it, yeah? And she's very old school, in her mid-60s. I would have talked to her about her before. She's the one that I met through the cleaning. She picked Ellie as a name, the whole thing. I said to her, I love you like your family because you drive me insane. I was like, but you drive me insane in ways that are solely connected to me that I know I need to work on within myself.
Sure.
And whether she continues to say every day until she dies, I'm a stubborn old woman who won't change her ways, right, which I hear a lot, it's fascinating from my point of view just how much she's grown in the time of knowing her, because she is actually implementing these things I'm recommending. Like I say to people, therapists you need to be paid, but if someone's coming to you and saying, hey, pay me money and I'll teach you all about the vibrations and law of attraction and all this shit, I'd be like, stay clear. Do you know what I mean? Almost, because it's like, that's not how this shit works. Do you know what I mean? It's all about the vibrational energies. And I've said to everyone I know, look, this is who I am, this is where I'm at. I'm always going to talk about my higher self. Which is fun, because I was reading one of the notes on my wall from Freud, and it was like, anxiety is caused between your superego, higher self, and your id, so your lower self. And when there's a clash in between these two, right, that's where the shit happens.
Yes.
Makes so much sense. Yeah. Honestly, I see my life in a whole different way now, which is helpful. So I truly thought that I would make it through the university trimester without crying. That didn't happen, but that's okay, because
how much more is there to go?
Exam period ends the 16th of Feb, so that's the very last date. But the way they're doing everything now, they've had to rearrange everything due to technical terms and open book and online and how it's all different now, right? So they've changed all the assignment stuff, and so I'm currently working on a lab report, right, that's due on the 8th of December, And I said to my tutor, I was like, and he's my ADHD coach too, so that's why I get the 2 hourly, and I always book the last session because my tutor's fucking amazing. Let's pay, like in all fairness, I pay for my 2 hours and it's 2.5 easy. He's just like that. He said something to me in my last session that just made so much sense. I swear to God, if I won the lotto, I would know what I did wrong this whole time. So I've now learned in my very final fucking unit, I must laugh because of the irony, I think, that I've literally done every single assignment incorrectly. Not like I can see through the process where I've gone wrong, so to speak, right? And it's interesting because obviously, like, I'm the admin of the group chat, this unit, so it makes life easier for me. So I'm obviously seeing the people that we've all got this assignment due on the 8th, yeah? Some people are like smashing it, like already basically done, except for the parts we literally haven't been taught yet, right? Sure. Whereas my tutor is like, you absolutely must not compare yourself to everywhere else, because finally, for the first time ever since starting uni, I actually feel like my version of me. Like in those sessions, I don't know how to explain it, but my God, I wish I knew how to fix it. Everything he asks me, I intuitively get correct, right?
So where have you been going wrong?
Because I immediately second guess myself and go to the wrong. He's like,
but
everyone
we know
over.
That. You've done that for years and years.
Yes, and like I said to my friends yesterday, I've been in therapy for a very long time. I'm going to be in therapy for life at this rate. I said, validating myself, yes. Something I've been working on for a long time.
You have, and have done very successfully.
Well, like on Tuesday, I had a moment. Well, no, it would have been Monday because it was just all over the place, and I knew, like, I really needed to film this. Like, I know this doesn't make any sense to other people, but these are vitally important to me. Yeah. And I've just, everything's been chaotic mess. Yeah. But with tutoring, it's confusing in the sense of it is so different to actually learning through the unit, for example, because he's teaching me in a different way. So I probably could have written my introduction, for example, the way, say, most people have already done it with the basics, like they've all sort of got first drafts and shit. And yet I can almost guarantee, like I got so anxious at one point, like I said, I did cry, cried it out, got my phone, $197, and it was delivered for free in under an hour. So I was pretty happy. Yeah? This phone.
Wow, good,
yeah. Like I said to people, live talks the things you talk because it's real. I don't just talk about this abundant manifestation stuff because I like how my voice sounds. I do like how my voice sounds because I love being in front of a camera, truthfully. But that's not really the point, yeah? So the second guessing thing is obviously making me nerve-wracked because I know it's happening. It's honestly to God, like I feel like I can see time happening in advance by 2 seconds, and I'm 2 seconds fucking behind every time because I can see it, what needs to be done, for example.
Did the tutor give you some support or advice around how to manage that? The ADHD guy?
Yeah, he's amazing with the support, but it's got to be, I'm absolutely positive it's the aloneness almost. Doesn't make any sense. Now, given that we've now fully established something is in my foot, and I'm willing to bet it's probably been there for at least this entire year, like, it's bad. Yeah, I know. What can I say? I've got so many fucking health problems. The ones that don't really look that important.
I don't even notice.
But there's a really good chance I might have something. Like, I'm not eating. I'm not wow. Like, when I say I'm not wow, it's...
You don't look like yourself today.
I don't feel...
I know that you've been perhaps waiting for this appointment, and maybe, there's a lot to get out, but you just don't feel like you at the moment. Like, you feel really pressured, anxious, worried, something's...
Yeah, well, I guess that would be, again, I'm at my wits' end of knowing what to do, and I'm very much giving myself some gap, because here's something you might find highly fucking amusing, because
I'm ready.
oh my god, I couldn't believe it. And again, I'm choosing to laugh at this shit now, alright? Because I'm at that point in my life. I laugh or I dig the grave. Choosing to laugh, yeah? Digging the grave ain't gonna help me. I have to come fucking right back down to earth and do this shit all over again. I'm not interested, yeah? So, what was I saying? Very important. Let me think. See, I've lost it already.
Very amusing.
Right, yeah. I'm losing myself, like I said, literally in sentences.
Yeah.
Like I.
So we're talking about the thing you've been the most worried about. There's something on your mind.
Yeah, right. Okay, thank you for bringing. Like, this is constant. Like, you can imagine how hard I'm struggling when I literally can't finish sentences to you or my friends.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not right.
Something is at a different level now. Like, I've lived with my health conditions for years. Besides ADHD, which we put a pin in over here, yeah? Because I'm waiting for someone to write me a list of all things that people with ADHD do. Because if I had $1 for every time someone says to me, how did you not know you had ADHD when everything you do is ADHD? I'm like, for fuck's sake, write me the list, man. I'm going to Google, what is it that people, like, I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, who the fuck am I? Like, does that make sense? I'm more confused about who I was than when we started therapy 5 or 6 years ago. Like, I've just hit I'm past 6 years in my house. I've been seeing you for that long. Hey, it was funny when I was talking about, like, the anorexia diagnoses, because I was like, I don't even think I've told my therapist that one. I'm like, it's so not right.
Yeah.
But I'm at...
Before the film.
Yeah.
We knew.
So, yeah,
it's never something we put credence into.
There's half the reason I put a bra on. All the weight's coming out of my boobs. I finally had...
Not all of it's coming out of your boobs. Some of it's coming out of your hands. Some of it's coming out of your legs.
Speaking of random things...
It comes out from all over.
I'm going to come over for a second. I noticed something. Let's see if I can find it. And I saw it for the very first time yesterday, so it must be new. Right? And I've never seen anything like it.
That spot.
Yeah, but it looks like it's a little white dots inside the redness. Can you see that?
Yeah. I think it's if it's a new mole,
well, it's
or
I get
blemish
skin
of some kind.
Cancer checks all the time, so I'm thinking I might have to get another one.
Are you reliable? Well, I mean, it doesn't make any difference, but I mean, it makes a huge difference with sunscreens and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I wear them when I go out, but I'm mostly in.
Some people get skin cancers who don't, though. And some people get skin cancers despite religious application of that. So we do have to be careful.
I own a solarium and I'm whiter than, well, everyone but you, maybe. All right?
I was like, I work hard on the clear.
I know, you do. Yeah? I should be tanned as fuck. Like, my tattooist is, like, not happy that I own
You don't use your solarium, do you? They're so expensive.
Very obviously, I don't use it.
Yeah.
How much it costs to run it is irrelevant.
Regardless, it could be a whole series of things.
That's what I mean.
Of something else.
It's
it might
so many things, and it's evidently fucking. It's affecting me in every single aspect. Like, I'm someone who literally can sleep 35, 36, up to 40 hours in a row. All right, now even I think that's fucked up.
So the things that I'm aware of is that there's something strange going on in
all right, remember what I need to tell you.
Tell me, go.
So, no, I've lost it. Go again.
Okay.
You continue.
There's something strange going on in your foot.
Mm-hmm.
You've got an unusual spot. That's new.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's most likely nothing, could be most likely.
Oh, it has to be checked.
But you're worried about it, so we're checking it. You've got a weight loss. You're sleeping a lot. You're fatigued. Got some brain fog. You need to go to the doctor, my friend.
Well, I was booked an appointment, but the next thing is obviously, like, I don't see Elaine being able to cut this out herself.
This one or this one?
No, the one on my. It's like I said, my way with
I think
people.
You probably are going to need to have
It's going to be cut out and could probably have stitches. I mean, let's face it, just odd to my scars. I love my scars. I've got awesome
side
ones.
is it?
That one.
That one. Okay. Is that your driving foot?
No, but I've recently discovered cruise control at like 37 and
automated
I've been terrified of using fucking cruise control my entire life. It's just so But I mean, I got to admit, I'm over the moon ecstatically proud of where I'm at in life, because I literally did wipe myself out in June, right?
Yeah.
It's only the 20-something or other of November, 22nd, because 23rd? Fucked if I know. All I know is this new phone confused the shit out of me, because I thought that I was looking at the clock and it had a temperature, right? And I kept thinking, why is it telling me it's 21 degrees? It's fucking freezing. I'm so confused. And then the next day I was like, oh, it was telling me it was the 21st of November, not 21 degrees. This is where I'm at.
Today would be the 22nd, and it might be 22 degrees.
Well, there you go.
I don't know how many degrees it is.
So, yeah, the fucking thing that's shitting me because I don't know what to do. There you go, right? Literally confused between the temperature and the day. Like, fuck me. Any kind of pass I get on this unit, let's face it. I mean...
But it doesn't feel... This is not how you analyze information. This is different for you. Something else is happening.
Yeah, no shit. That's what I've been saying to people. Like, it's... And I guess in a sense, it's really hitting me in this final trimester with obviously seeing what the other students are going through. Like, in my head, I only ever applied to the one uni. I only ever wanted to go to the one uni. Now it turns out I can do masters and PhDs internationally online as long as they're recognisable in this country. So that would make my life easier for the masters I do want to do, because I already know exactly what uni I want to do it in. It's just in America, you know.
Which one?
Don't ask me the actual name of the fucking thing. That's a question I don't know. Where's my brain power, woman?
True.
Right, I'm using all of it I've got with you, and then I'm going back. So
let's
the
just
thing,
pass the unit first.
This is the thing that's getting to me. Now, my body is we've all agreed I'm functioning at even less capacity, yeah?
Yes.
So my sister and I are back talking. That's a whole other thing. Look, let's face it, I need to start paying for your treatments too, because unlike everybody else, including my fucking therapist, I would like therapy way more than I get it. Imagine how much I'd be like winning at life if I saw you like every other day. That'd be amazing.
Probably no different than you are now.
That is underselling yourself like a motherfucker. Like,
well,
you need 20 versions of you, yeah? Because
there are 18 of them here, but different, all on purpose different. Your sister and you were talking again?
Yeah.
Great.
And
how did that come about?
Well, originally I went offline for 4 days, and that was when she messaged me going, hey, I'm quite concerned.
Yeah.
The fact that my sister even remotely viewed them, I didn't know. I mean, I'm obviously completely different to everyone else, in the sense I make them a share them, and I'm at least a month behind in watching the fuckers, yeah, because I'm working my way backwards before I start going forwards. Mm-hmm. Today's day 692, yeah? And in total, out of 692 days, it'd be less than 10 I'm positive that I've missed in total.
Really?
And multiple of those misses is simply sleeping through the day. Just literally.
So she messaged you and said, I haven't seen you. Where are you? Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right.
And then it was slowly, bit by bit. The universe loves me, right? I know this, yeah? And so just breathe, always come from love, which is going to be upside down to the words, funnily enough, because it's for me to remember to not be a bitch to other people, right? Because she's still very much in there. We're working on it, yeah? But the thing fucking with me more than anything is that I am 100% waking up naturally early, before my alarms go off. Like, it is like every single part of my higher self is screaming at me that you can't do this. Like, I'm literally awake, and I'm talking awake to
Your
get up.
Your higher self, people have told you this for a long time, but then if we look at the aspects of you, the parts of you that need to believe it, the only part of you that you genuinely always believe and follow is your higher self.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that finally we're all on the same page.
Are we there?
Well, all of us are except for you. Yeah.
I'm getting there.
Your higher self and I are on the same page.
Yeah. I mean, higher selves
We
are
agree.
our moral places, but like there's like
But
even
it's
with my
giving you reassurance and encouragement and validation and motivation and push.
I literally used almost those exact words to my friends. This is what I spend all my time at therapy talking about. It'll be fun to watch because I don't know how fucking long I'll be doing this for, but validating myself. I literally was like, please help me. Send me support. Send me something.
And
I was like,
yet
5
your higher
plus
self
ye-
sent it to yourself.
Oh yeah, true. So it happened today, it happened yesterday, it's happened all week this week. I've woken up super early, this morning. I went to bed at 3:30 in the morning because yesterday I fucked up and slept in and again woke up super new. Like I woke up at 7:29, I know that, because my alarm was set for 7:30. And I remember being, oh, I'm awake before my alarm. How cool is that? And I was awake, right? Very easily, should have, could have, and every other which way, got the fuck up, yeah? Did what I do, rolled over, hugged boss, talked to him until I fell asleep again, obviously. Literally, just having a conversation with my dog until I fall back asleep. By this point, obviously, all my snoozers, backup alarms, and everything have been switched off.
Because I'm awake.
Except I'm not at this point, right? And I had the chiropractor at 11, right? And now I am buying bulk sessions at a time, like seeing him as often as possible, and can hands down say he is someone I will absolutely be budgeting for as many sessions as I can, because it is actually making a huge difference seeing him regularly. Like I drove over an hour to get to the second location, because the first one's 10 minutes down the street from me, and the second one's, like I said, throughout the city over the other side, fucking an hour, yeah? And he only had 9:15 and 9:45s, and I was like, I am so fucking desperate now, like back spasms, like and again with my body, it's like my mind and everything, mentally, physically, I'm exhausted. But I'm just, it's clearly I am fucking unable to finish fucking sentences. I really got to really remember to watch this, because I said to my tutor, I was like, don't take this the wrong way, yeah, I said, but I'm paying you almost $2,000 to get me through this fucker, yeah. I was like, it'd be really nice to at least get these in on time, because I don't know if I've ever really done that since, for like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've been lost for the last 6 years thinking I wanted to train what you do. Oh my God, that was ridiculously dumb, because even though I could listen to people talk, I don't want to. Yeah, in all fairness, I'm not an active listener. I do not pay nearly as enough attention to my friends as they do to me. I have this unusual, somewhat annoying and frustrating, but my higher self is doing it for a reason, showing me exactly what it is that I'm doing. Like, it's happening in the moment. Yeah. For example, went to Cassidy's house. Cassidy's boyfriend was there. This is just they were having a lunch for a catch-up sort of thing. The family has found another house, so they're moving further out, blah, blah, blah. And anyway, I was so struggling, aren't I? Fuck me. Like I said, I was trying to talk to her, and I went up there to say, they're all over the place. They won't let me see the photos or the pictures or help them move or anything, because it's a big surprise. I'm a part of the family now, so I'm just included in all family stuff, like Christmases and things like that, so that's cool. Turns out my client is officially moving interstate, so that all worked out well in an end, because it all just wrapped up perfectly. Okay. In the sense of I was going to quit the immediate second I'd earned the threshold, yeah, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm on disability for a billion fucking reasons. I need to talk more about those actual reasons though, because I've had a lot of people subscribe lately. I'm at like 397 subscribers, and I've got like 1.3 thousand videos or something online at this point, yeah? You're still the most favorite one watched, which is awesome. Most people think I'm insane. Like, how did these professionals let you do this? I'm like, because they're professionals. Like we're not putting anything.
Story.
It's literally exactly that. Every single thing we tell to a person is a story in and of itself. Agreed? So yeah, as I've explained to the group, if you don't read my long messages, that's fine. But at the end of, like, say, 8 years, learning how to be concise is not who I am. I don't even want to be that person. I like how I tell stories.
Go back to Cassidy.
Right.
Tell me the story.
Yes. So, another reason she's perfect. Gets me back on track. Just come and hang out with me more often. So, anyway, Cassidy was there with her boyfriend. They're madly in love. It's adorable. They're like cute 22-year-olds. Yeah, exactly. They're honestly adorable. Yeah, and you can tell they love each other so much. Yeah. But again, I say and speak everything that I do because I think it and believe it. The only time shit comes out of my mouth that I don't know that I think or believe is when I make one of these videos and then watch it back and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I knew that. And then I have to like delve into what it actually is. Does that make sense?
So you have to listen to yourself and process it.
Perfect example with Ellie. She's in absolutely excruciating pain with multiple different types of cancer and refuses to take pain meds. And I'm like, well, don't take this the wrong way, but I got no sympathy for you if you're flat out refusing something to help you if you've got no other reason than pride. I said if there are legit reasons, that's a whole different story. But if you just, yeah, right. So anyway, self-depreciating stuff is fucking bad on a negative vibrational sense. Don't care anymore if anyone even has a remote clue what the fuck I'm talking about when I talk about vibrations, because when you get to where I'm at, you can literally feel where you're vibrating at a level, right?
Self-depreciating thoughts are bad, period.
In any regard, because even though they're said in jest, in fun, in whatever, there's still a negative undertone in it, right? And it's still putting that vibration out there. I'm like, at a human level, you'll think it's just funny. It's nobody cares. We just laugh this shit off. Yeah, that's what we're conformed to do. There are so many things.
That's what we used to talk about. You used to, before the cameras and stuff, you used to say that people would often make comments about your weight and make you feel a certain way, even though it wasn't appropriate, because, you know, you said once that they called you a skinny bitch or something, and you were like, that's not fair, you know, they don't know what people are going through, what people do have problems.
Oh, 100%.
So that's,
and again, like, cameras. I've had people now adding me.
For years that have happened.
Yeah.
To you.
Well, exactly, right? And now I want to film everything. I ask pretty much everyone I go to now. Some people aren't as cool as you, Milane, you know? All right, Cassie. Right. The boyfriend was doing these, they were joking around, cleaning a room. I came in, was saying hello, whatever, because I really wanted her, like, my biggest anxiety at the moment has been that I'm going to lose my friend, in the sense that we are, like, 16 years difference in age. She's partying out, working non-stop, just been accepted into honours, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, I just go, yep, I'm borderline, I understand there's abandonment issues, I'm aware of all this logical crap. Cool.
Also, it's valid to be concerned about loneliness, because loneliness isn't fun for people often.
I'm not lonely. I hate being alone. I really need to clarify that, because I think people think I am lonely.
I think sometimes you're lonely.
I'm lonely when I want to get really stoned, and I want to get stoned with someone, if that counts. Anyone in Melbourne, Australia? Hook me up. You know what I mean?
No,
send me an email. Yeah, totally different. I also need body doubling too, right? It's like a whole big thing, yeah? So anyway, that's another thing. But the boyfriend was doing, like, I guess in society's terms, harmless, self-depreciating comments. And I was watching, and I, being me, just automatically kicked in and started explaining why, at an energetic vibrational level, how dangerous it actually is. Because every single thing that we are heard, taught, or seen is coming into us. It's all going to be affecting us on some level, yeah? Look at it as a scientific point of view, yeah?
From a psychological point of view, even in jest, if people tell you 75 times that there's a problem with you, you at some point will question whether there's a problem with you.
Yeah, like me finally understanding that anger was my default. Turns out I'm a selfish bitch when I want my own way. Like, I cannot deny that I am extremely good at getting my own way. I don't personally think I manipulate people. That could be different. Anyway, I start trying to explain it to the boyfriend, right? And I'm explaining it to begin with because I'm really passionate, and it's so obvious how much they love each other, and how even though blah blah blah, like I said,
I want you to have happy fun lives.
Yeah. But in the actual moment, this is what's tripping me. I'm literally talking to him, so I'm going to try and sort of see if I can relay this at the same way. I'm talking to him about something super important and passionate to me, which I believe on every level, and is something I would like to teach the world for. And again, these are things I just do. Doesn't cost anything. You know what I mean?
So you're trying to explain your passion to him in a way that he can understand it, and
then I felt and heard at the same time my entire self change in a moment. It was like in that instant I could see why every single person, and there's so fucking many of them, have told me why I am a scary person. Yeah, like I have been told that I am someone who is terrifying in the wrong circumstances. Almost everyone close to me has told me at some point or another that I'm an extremely scary person. I can tell you right now, that is something that I obviously don't enjoy being told. But it's true, right? And I can see this stuff now. I can also see, again, things like how, so with the boyfriend in the situation, I continued to talk, and I still believed in everything I was saying, but how I was talking, my mannerism, my tone, every single thing changed in the conversation as it was happening. And I was like so aware of what was happening. I had to then shut the conversation down and
go, the worse.
Oh, I was turning into that preaching, like wrong, why the world, like I
this is the problem.
This is but if I, let's face it, even I can see it in my own videos now. The amount of times that I have tried to explain a story, tell a story, or whatever, and I'm telling it from something I'm passionate about. Like, I love smoking ice, not a secret, yeah? It was something that I did. I thought I would do it until I died. Thought I'd be dead by now, different story. But I don't think people listen to my actual story in full reality. Because the only reason I gave up ice, right, really, there's multiple facets to it for sure, but overall was because I saw myself being able to help people in a way that others can't, because I've never met anyone that can share like I can. But why I could see it. Like, no, she's playing funny buggers, I'll tell you what, I don't know. But my point is, I had to shut the conversation down in the middle of the conversation because it hit me as it was literally happening, and I stopped in the middle of this conversation and went, oh my God, I've just realized what's happened. And now they're looking at me like, okay, she's started off passionate, she's gone on a rant, now she's like shutting this conversation. This is all just me.
So you made a point, then you hammered the point, and then you caught yourself and you stopped the point.
And at this point, I was like, this is why people think I'm crazy. I was like, because even I could feel, hear, and everything within myself as I continued to talk, how it was like, I would not have listened to me.
How it was perceived.
Do you know what I'm saying? If someone had said to me what I said to him exactly the same way I did it, I'd be like, the woman is fucking mad, and I don't know that we should see her anymore.
So perhaps the universe is showing you that you can make a point, but you don't have to hammer it, and how to effectively communicate your points.
Darling, the universe has been making that point for years. It's
Now
how
you
the
can see
fuck
it.
do I can, yeah. I used to be able to see it in hindsight. Cool. Now I'm seeing it as it's happening.
The little red flags in your head. You're going too far. Stop.
Oh, you sound like my tutor. Fucking, like, he says that too. He goes, you are so instinctively good at so much shit. He goes,
You drive along on the highway, and you see those green signs, and it's like 10 Ks to, I don't know,
whatever.
Sydney.
Yep.
Well, 100 Ks to Sydney. Let's make it more realistic. And then 50 Ks to Sydney. 20 Ks to Sydney. And then there's a sign, exit to Sydney. I know there's many exits, irrelevant. Exit to Sydney, 1 kilometer. And you're like way over in the other side in peak hour traffic.
That's what my tutor said.
How about we just scoot over here and get ready to exit for
That's
Sydney
literally-
and see the warning signs as they're coming along.
That's hilarious because my tutor is saying so much of the same stuff, so it's coming at me from
So they're-
everywhere.
Red flags in your head, the green signs, they're getting more, whatever.
Like, I fully even went
Notice.
in and, like, apologised hours later because I was there for the day, I had dinner, and
But then it also
And-
gets to the situation of when do you say that you've done that enough too. There's,
I had to clarify later on and be like, look, I really am sorry about how that went down. I said, for the love of God, I'm not angry about the things I talk about. I'm not. But I can see within myself, even when I'm talking to my camera, I will tell a story that I'm fucking so important to me. Like, I've changed my life literally upside down, right?
times.
Like, exactly. I think if nothing else, I've proven to myself that I'm resilient.
Resilient and flexible.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
There is a lot of research, I'm surprised they haven't made you do it, into perception of threat and perception and decision making and choice point,
it's kind
and
of
how much information you need to make a choice point.
It's interesting you say that because my lab reports on demographics and psychological. I love how the universe works, always making me learn stuff. Last trimester, I discovered I was mentally ill. I talk about the fact that I have 8 official mental illnesses diagnosed all the time, and it didn't actually hit me registerly in any sense until I did my last unit and went, oh, I think that technically
I think that's
means
neat.
I'm mentally ill. And it's literally in the last few weeks. Anybody that knows me knows I'm mentally diagnosed with conditions. It's not something
It's different.
I talk about it so people don't feel stigmatized. Didn't know until last trimester that it was the most stigmatized thing there was out there, more than anything. I talk about taking LSD and smoking weed every day, and I'm a philosopher literally lives in the clouds, let's face it. My feet don't come down to ground all that often. I'm aware of this.
Today we're a little cloudy.
Yeah, no, this has been days for months. So again, where I'm at with the uni is the only thing I'm struggling with, like I said, is getting my feet on the fucking floor. Yesterday I went to the extreme of asking the neighbour, any chance I could pay you just to like walk up, knock on my door and get me out of bed, so every Monday to Friday. Like, I'm at this point, yeah? Like, Juice comes, he'll be at my house at 6 a.m. tomorrow to make sure I'm up, to make sure I get schoolwork done before I have to head to my tattoo appointment. And I definitely can't change the tattoo appointment because I've changed it so many times, and I want it. Because the always come from love thing, very important. And that
So this
everything
is tomorrow
is,
or this one?
all of them, 3. Just breathe, everything comes from love. Up there will be, everything is on my side. That's the best motto ever. Again, doesn't cost anything to think it. And even if you don't feel it or believe it, if you just start telling yourself it, right? Self-fulfilling prophecy in the sense of, if everything is on my side, everything is on my side. It's
If
that
you look
simple.
for something reasonable in every day, you will find something reasonable in every day. But we are very good at looking for negatives in every day and finding negative.
I am getting a lot better at the other thing because I've made it like this year's resolution for me, so to speak, was to go absolutely out of my way with every single customer service person I've ever dealt with, and like literally throughout this entire year, every time I've had to deal with a customer service person in some sense of whatever, I've asked for this particular person's manager's details, whoever's the one in charge, right? Sometimes it takes a little longer than others for people to realise I'm fully legit and I'm not going to shut up until they give me the details I want. But again, pretty good at getting what I want, yeah? So almost without fail, I have sent emails to bosses around the fucking world, to every single person I've ever had to deal with in customer service this year, explaining why their worker was so fantastic, went out of their way, and that they actually really need to be, like, someone needs to acknowledge.
My boss did not pass that on.
Well, you're the boss, so it's a little hard to tell you.
Us, but
you know, you know, like I always feel like we're more. I always feel like we're more equals in this sense because
Did you email Elaine's boss?
Again, I don't understand how that fucking clinic works now.
I understand how most.
I don't understand. I did mention the. Did you get your paperwork? Because I've definitely mentioned all of that. But you know, but yeah. So like I said, I guess now that I've related to you, I was able to see what all the things I did in hindsight. So now that I'm seeing them in the moment, definitely better, right? But listen, oh my God, the universe has already spoken, okay? Because as we're aware, Liv is beyond obsessed with Rocky Horror, yeah? We know this, yeah?
How many times did you see it?
3 times.
Nice.
Right, and so I decided to make myself a new bucket list, right? Because I always think people should have 2 in general. 1, an ordinary bucket list. 2, a sex bucket list. I've obviously got those, which is ironic because 3 years of celibacy is on the 8th of December, same day as my fucking assignment due. Anyway, what am I trying to say? Fucking
Your bucket list.
Yeah. So I decided after seeing it 3 times, because it's a worldwide tour, yeah, that when they do another worldwide tour, like once I've won my lotto, for example, I'm going to travel the world following the show, yeah, because that would be the ultimate thing.
Do the performers change depending on what city, or is it?
The only,
or
when I
performers
saw it,
travel too?
no, that was the cast, the same, they're traveling the world, yeah. The only thing that changed when I saw them the first 3, I saw them 3 times. First and second time I had Jason Donovan as Frankenfurter, who I fucking love. Third time was an actor from, I think, the States that came over. It was something, but it's, anyway, the point of the story is the universe has chosen to tell me once again I'm on the right path, and that is rewarding me by sticking out this degree, which I'm really starting to focus on the fact that I joined university mostly because I wanted credibility, because I told everyone on national TV I smoked ice, right? 2, kind of wanted to feel like I was doing something, because as you know, like, it's really my fucking to be brought on disability at my age. But anyway, I think I'm still in shock that this is happening, as well as fucking with my head to get it out, but Rocky Horror is coming back as demand for this exact amount of days, right? So, it is coming back February only, right? This is very confused about this, so if you have an opinion, fill me in. It's the very first show is on the 9th of February at 7:30 in the evening, right? And then you've got the Saturday at 2 p.m. and a 7:30, right? Now, I assumed that the Friday, the very first show, would be opening night. I've never attended an opening night before, so I thought that would be different. And I was like, okay, I'm booking tickets to opening night. And let's face it, anyone that knows me knows it's 1,000% given when they come back that I'll be attending.
Yeah.
Multiple times. We know this, yeah? To the point where I emailed the box office at this point, and I was like, explain my situation. Frankenfurter, role model, since 9, nearly 38. I was like, can you do me a discount bulk rate if I buy a ticket to every single daytime show. I was like, if I attend the Saturday, the Sunday, then this following Saturday, I'm like, there are 7 different shows that I want to attend, and I will literally book and pay for them right now if I can do it. I would, honestly, I think if I saw Rocky Horror that many times in a month, I'd be like
the happy person.
And the thing is, my unit ends in February. Like,
what did they say?
Do you see that? Oh, we're still waiting on the thing, because I've decided to ask my sister to come, make it a night. I said, look, we're talking, I thought we were fine, I thought everything was whatever. I asked her if she wanted to go, mostly because, let's face it, it's even if it's not your movie, the show in itself is unbelievable. There's a reason I go this often. I already spent hundreds of dollars on tickets, and I'm about to go and spend hundreds more. Yeah? So I really do mean it when I say if I want to, I think you're worth your money, just FYI, yeah? But yeah, no, if they would give me a discount rate, I would absolutely attend basically all of them that I can. Even more night ones. I don't even care. I would go every single day if I could.
That's exciting.
People don't understand what Rocky means to me. Like,
you love it. If you love something, you go. It doesn't matter. Other people don't have to understand you, Olivia, because you don't need to have external validation from anyone. You don't need anybody to say it's okay for you to go to Rocky Horror. Go to Rocky Horror. Who cares? You want to.
Oh,
because
no.
I want to, and because I'm valid and worthwhile, and because
I don't need anyone's
over my own life.
permission
Exactly.
for Rocky.
So you just say,
just
I don't care.
trumps
People are
everything.
like, I don't understand. Just be like, you don't have to.
Well,
You do.
I decided I'd ask my sister to go. I thought it would be a nice thing. I was like, look.
She probably doesn't want to go that many times, but she probably
No,
go once.
I want to go that many times by myself. So Cassidy's coming with me for once. She wants to come. Awesome. Now, with my sister, I've been asking to catch up, but it's all over the place here. Anyway, I feel like we're good. We sort of sorted it out. I mean, let's face it, I've been making videos. I started making the videos on my birthday, and the last time I seen her was the 4th of January last year.
So what did she say about Rocky Horror?
So because I was trying to convey to her that I was not willing to miss out on any of the days that I wanted, and I needed to know what was going on. I was waiting for the box office to email me back about different rates. Anyway, because apparently they're like come back on demand, like it's being brought back when it wasn't meant to be. They don't offer the same rates, I guess, and I'm like, that's fine. I don't like, it's Rocky, concession, standard. It's Rocky. It's irrelevant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I shouldn't even say it's Rocky. That makes me sound like I'm speaking of that boxing movie, which I'm definitely not, right? But yeah, so I've already, Mal's coming. Cass is coming, I should say. And then with my sister, I was like, look, she was like, the show's fine, the night out. So I said, let's make a night of it. We'll go to the city, I'll book a hotel, have drinks, and then I was like, honestly, you know what? It'll be on me. I was like, let's just make this a weekend on me. I will buy your ticket. I'll pay for the night. I said, I just want this with my sister. Because I originally called my mum and was like, I'm going to pay you to fly over and take you to Rocky. Because I'm like, it is my absolute most favourite childhood memory ever. And I wanted to replicate it with my mum. And my mum was like blown away, obviously, especially since it was very recently she told me to my face that she actually doesn't believe most of my diagnoses. So you can see where I'm fully accepting that superficial relationship. Mm-hmm. But the reason she said no is she was like, I would literally die in heat. And like, she's like, there's just no way I can travel to Australia in that heat. Yeah. And that's when I was like, fuck, I'll ask my sister. And she kept fuck-assing around, right? And then she finally says to me, it's not necessarily the show, the night, or any of it. She's like, I'm concerned because the last time we saw each other, it didn't go well, and shit happened. And I'm like, yeah, true, I fully see that. A year and a half, nearly 2 years of fucking therapy and videos has shown that.
That Rocky Horror isn't the first time you see each other.
Well, that's exactly what I said. I was like, we're in November. February is the show. I said, surely I'm going to be seeing you between now and then. I'm like, and even if for whatever reason I couldn't, there was nothing in this planet that could ruin that night for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm excited just thinking about it.
Give her time to think about it.
Oh, I've already told her I'm booking the tickets. If she doesn't want to come, I was like, look, as far as I'm concerned, the tickets are being booked, the hotel's being booked. If you come, you come. Great. If you don't, I'll get I'll get my mate to come. You know what I mean? But like I said, to me, that's the universe saying thank you.
I think this is the universe saying, let's do some repair work. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I gotta go.
I know. I've just seen that. We've actually talked for 1 hour exactly.
How did your phone go?
It lasted. I'm so happy. Oh my god. Bye, people.